We got a 2004 Acura TL, and I have a slow coolant leak. So what happened was I replaced the heater hose right here, and then I replaced the cap. They were still leaking, and then I actually bought a new cap, tying it. As you can see, it's still leaking, but another cap is still leaking. So the culprit is you have to buy a new reservoir. So I got the new one right here. Comes with the cap, and it comes with the hose for the bottom. But before all this happened, I had a slow leak from the heater control valve, which is, but you can't see it right there. So I end up replacing that, and it actually stopped the coolant leak. But now the last step is to replace this reservoir. As you can see, spill is coming off, and look right here. So we're gonna save this hose right here and just replace this whole reservoir. And what's holding this is a 10mm bolt, which is right here. You just need a 10mm socket and the ratchet to take it off. So we already took off the old reservoir. I'm gonna replace it with the new one, and you want to make sure it's going in this direction, because that hole right there is for the 10mm bolt. Now when you put it in, you want to make sure this bottom piece is going in this hole right here, and then this little slider right here, you want to make sure that this edge right here slides in there, and then it'll keep it locked in place and, you know, prevent it from moving around. So I got everything in. Got the bolt in, you know, hand tighten. It doesn't have to be over torqued. Now we're gonna grab the funnel, place it right here. We're gonna grab the old reservoir, and we're gonna transfer the coolant from this reservoir to the new one. As you can see in the video, I already filled it up. Now I don't like the color green, but this came with the reservoir, and look, it has the hose, and then it has the black rubber piece right under the cap to prevent any leakage. So I think this should fix the coolant problem, because I already checked the hoses, it's still good. I already placed the heater control valve because it was slowly leaking from there. Now no more leaks, so hopefully this is the solution and no more coolant leaks. Of course, you gotta take off the label. Wipe everything down. Insert it back in. Now look at that, it feels like a nice and sturdy, perfect fit. And then we're just gonna connect the hose right here, and we should be done. Now let's go and examine the one I just replaced. I think over time they got bent out of shape, and it's just slowly leaking. You can see in the video it's like pretty worn out. I replaced this cap like 3 times, and it was still leaking. Replaced the hose, it stopped leaking, but then I found out that the culprit is the reservoir itself. So hopefully this fixed the issue. So there you go, I connected the hose back to this piece, started the car, turned on the heat full blast, because you want the coolant to circulate through the system again. and make sure there's no leak or anything. But I already checked this like a few days ago. It's still good. The only thing we're doing is replacing this, so we don't have to, you know, take this off and then check if the fluid level is still good or not. So that's it. It's like a 10-15 minute job. You know, you have a coolant leak, I would replace this, replace this hose, replace this cap. It comes, replace a reservoir. It comes with the cap and the hose and the rubber piece under here. And then if it's still leaking, I would check for the heater control valve, which is back here. You see that long skinny metal rod with the, well, let me see, can't really point at it, but I would replace the heater control valve. And then if it's still leaking, might be a water pump issue or some other hose, but we're gonna run it for a few minutes. We're gonna do update in like a week, and I'll let you know if there's any more leaks or not. And hopefully there's no coolant splash around here or anything, and the level of the coolant is still good. So this is how I changed out the reservoir for 2004 to 2008 Acura TL. So I drove the car for like a good 2 to 3 hours. As you can see, there's no more leak. So the reservoir does work. The cap is in with the reservoir. It's not leaking. Everything looks good. And so far, I'm happy with the result. I'm not happy with the green color, but in that